Yeah,
Like with the short turnover, how do you work for tomorrow?
It's normal. I mean, I'm gonna watch this game film. I'm gonna break it down. We got to make sure that we pull some clips from this game so we can learn and grow from it. Get into Sacramento tomorrow. We'll wake up. We'll go to the gym. We'll watch a little bit of this. Watch a little bit of Sacramento personnel tomorrow. Get after it a little bit in the gym. Not have any contact stuff, and then go play the game. I mean, we don't have time to sit back and think too long about this situation here because we have another one coming.
Mike, how do you assess the lineup without Andrew Bynum? How do you think your players perform without him in the lineup?
Well, obviously, I mean, Bynum's a big part of what this team does, and will do. I mean, it'd be the same if you take Noah out their lineup for the first 4 games, they'd miss him. But the bottom line is nobody cares about that, so you still got to go play. You got to play the right way, and you got to play to win. And for most of the game, we played the right way and played to win until the last 50 seconds.
How did you feel Roberts and Murphy did filling in?
They did pretty good, especially for the limited practice. Troy didn't get here, I think, until maybe over halfway through the training camp, and Josh missed the first few days too. So I thought those guys stepped up and performed well, knowing that especially Troy didn't get huge minutes last year, so this was the first time he had an opportunity to play, and then starting Josh in a game like this had to be pretty exciting for him too. But I thought he stayed composed, and I thought he gave us what he could.
How many turnovers were attributable to the new system? It seems like sometimes guys didn't know where other guys were going to be.
I'd have to go back and watch the tape. I felt just watching the game, the Florida game, I thought we tried to make too many home run plays. Meaning that we try to make passes that we didn't need to. We can just get great looks out of the Florida offense because we got plenty of guys that will be doubled and so on and so forth. So I call it just making the easy pass on time, pass on target, and let the offense work for you. And then there were a couple where the ball just kind of popped out of our hand.
Mike, this is a fairly rugged game, a rugged
Yes.
style of play. Is this your style of play, or is it reflective of the personnel you have on the team this year?
I think personally, I think this is playoff style basketball. You got to be able to play rugged. That's why I didn't shave today. So Chicago plays that way, and we want our opponents to know that. We want to understand that. Hey, we can go however you want to bring it. We can play. We can have a slugfest. We can play a wide open game. We can do whatever. We're capable of playing and giving ourselves a chance to win because we do what we do and we do it well. So right now it's more indicative of the way that they play as opposed to us. But I believe our guys can play any style of basketball that's in front of them.
Because this used to be called a finesse team last year. I mean, they even called themselves a finesse team. Is that true anymore?
I don't know, but we're not going to be a finesse team. I mean, we have players that are capable of doing that stuff, but we're going to be a physical defensive team, and we're going to be a presence on that end of the floor without fouling, and that's what excited me about the second half. I thought we did a nice job of putting bodies on bodies and not giving up anything easy, and that's for me more than anything else. That's what makes it tough to lose this game is because I thought we played the right way for most of the second half, and then we kind of lost focus, I guess, the last 50 seconds.
This is Hollywood, though. People don't get all that excited about rebounds.
They will if we win.
Mike, with Andrew out the next 3 games, do you envision this to be your kind of rotation?
It may. It's still early, so anything can happen at any given time.
So with Jason and Matt in particular, are they still vying for a role? Like, could we see them tomorrow in the next game?
We may. I got to go back and watch the tape. I thought the guys that played, they gave us a solid performance, and so if I feel that it's necessary to make a change, then I will. But right now, at least I don't have any thoughts of doing that. But we'll see as time goes on.
Thanks, guys. Last question.
What you guys do to keep Derek under control for most of the game?
He's a guy that gets it in transition. He's very hard to stop, and You know, I mean, you got to give them credit. Our guys did a solid job of getting back in transition and not necessarily allowing him any driving lanes into the paint, especially early on. Even in the pick and roll situation, our guys did a solid job of making sure he wasn't turning the corner. But then he stepped up and knocked down 3 threes, you know, and that's what great players do. He made plays to keep himself involved and to continue helping his team, so we couldn't get much separation. And then obviously in the second half, that was just a great play that he made on the drive and the finish to put them up by 1. But I thought our defense was pretty solid. You know, like they are, we're a shrink the floor team where we want to keep that basketball in front of us, and we want them to score over top of us because we have great length. And so that's what we try to do to him. But I mean, you look at his numbers. He was 9 for 13, so for 22. So he got what he normally gets.